What's going on, guys, and welcome to the channel. If you like SBC tips, trading advice, how to complete objectives, and much more, even player reviews, icon reviews, SBCs, for example, daily ones, are they worth it, how to complete them, then why not hit that subscription button, turn on notification bell so you do not miss a future video, because we have got all the FIFA content you need on this channel. So, we are back with the Rulebreakers tier list. I thought I'd break this down, and how we're going to do it is top tier, good tier, average tier, poor tier, and stay away. And these factors will contribute to how they are trading, in terms of investments. Is there any good buys there? Also, you've got the usability in terms of meta and stuff like that. So we're just going to start off with the list how it is and go through one by one. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think, is a top tier for many reasons. One, he's extremely meta at the minute, especially with that massive pace boost. If we go on to Footbin here, you see with a 90 pace boost, looking very nice. It's a bit expensive now, but I'd expect him to drop. He's got a plus 11. Literally every single stat went up, which is pretty crazy, apart from passing. But again, it's not that important if you look at his long pass and short pass. 81, 85, very good. Nothing to worry about there. In terms of price, I'd expect him to drop just a little bit more over the weekend with rewards, and then all of a sudden he'll just shoot up. We're looking at like 3 to 350 easy on PlayStation, and probably 350 to 380 on Xbox, and then he'll just gradually go down. But I think with, depending on who gets Team of the Year in the Premier League, his price will stay the same. Obviously, he's got very good links, very good player overall, so I think that is a good reason to put him there. Again, very meta. You're not going to find a better right back at the moment. It's very difficult for that position. Everybody's sort of using Kyle Walker. But imagine Kyle Walker juiced up and you've got yourself Alexander Trent right there. That then moves us on to Arnautovic. And for me personally, he is an average. And the reason being is if we select him on here, where is he? He's coming in at 65k. I do think that's a bit expensive for this card. I do think the card is boosted very well. Don't get me wrong. But I think just because of his nationality, the league, there's not many good strikers in the league at the minute, and he does tick a lot of boxes. But all it takes is one good striker to come out. For example, imagine a special card, Dybala, or something like that, and his price is going to crash. I do think it's just a bit expensive for him at the moment. He did get a very nice boost. Obviously, all of his stats went up. Does he feel like that in game? Not really, if I'll be honest with you. He does feel a bit hit and miss at times. 4-star obviously is meta. Being in that league, he's always never going to get a strong link, depending on, unless they bring out more special cards in the futures. But as it stands right now, not that many strong links. There are better options. We have got an Immobile road to the knockout, so he's going to be a better choice if you wanted a special card. As well as just normal cards as we have a Martinez. We've got Dybala, as I've mentioned. There's just so many other options at the minute, so I think that would make him average tier. If you disagree, let me know down below. We are going to move on to Casemiro, and he is going to be into our poor tier. And the reason is being, if you look at his card, they boosted the wrong stats in my opinion. He's coming in at 116k. If they boosted his pace instead of his shooting more, that would have made him a very good, even god tier, top tier, usable. But because they didn't, there are so many better midfielders in La Liga. We've got Llorente, for example. You even got Valverde. He's the same team as him. I do think it is a good card. I think the price is a bit expensive for what it is, considering he's only gone up by 1 overall rating. Yeah, his shooting's gone up a lot. But if you're playing a 4-4-2 or 4-3-2-1 or something like that, you're not going to be using him to shoot at many opportunities. His finishing's only 80 as well, so again, you're going to have to boost his shooting just to get his finishing up, as well as acceleration. So you are looking at a hunter, which I just don't know. I just don't think this card's very good. I think this card's going to drop down as soon as people realise. He's only up at this price at the minute because of the supply. Once we get a better option, then he's going to drop down even more. So I do think that is a poor tier. That moves us on to Coates. Coates is a weird one. It could be poor tier or average tier. We're going to stick him on poor tier, and I'll explain why. So he's going to be there. He is 86 rated from 83. He is coming in at 17.5 at the minute. He did drop down to 15k on Xbox yesterday. It's his links that let him down. Yes, we did get that Spanish right back from the storyline, which will give him a strong link. But who else are you going to link him to? You give yourself so many poor options after that. Yeah, you could use Valverde, but again, he's not going to be on full chemistry. But the reason why he's not in stay away is because he's a great tradable card. If EA decide to bring out next week, like they have done in the previous weeks, that you need a special card for the promo, for example, a rule breaker, he's going to hit 30, 40k minimum. I'm not saying go out and buy him. I'm just saying that is what I'll be looking at. He is the cheapest and one of the better rated rule breaker cards in terms of that matter. So he's going to help you in a lot of SBCs as well as pricing. So that is something to look at, which then moves us on to David Silva, which I do think is just another poor tier one. David Silva, he's okay. We just had a Fekir SBC. Him and Fekir are very similar. Same foot, same league, one or two same nations in terms of how they link. So, you know, it's one of those. It's just a bit boring. There's nothing interesting about the card. Again, he's got the same finishing as Casemiro, or one less, but it's basically the same. And he's got less shooting. So that's it, going back to Casemiro being bad. I think if he goes to 30k, I'd pick him up. But again, not the most exciting boost. Yeah, his pace has gone up a lot, which is great. But we've got an Nkunku SBC at the minute. If you haven't seen, it's got really high pace, great links. Again, being French. You compare him to this card, this is basically the same. They've got similar passing, similar shooting, similar pace, but one's 4-star, 4-star. He's got 2-star weak foot, which means you predominantly have to keep him on his left foot, which isn't what particularly ideal, keeping a player on his strongest foot in terms of playing in the meta. It's just very hard to link him. Yeah, we have got the old Inaki Williams rule breaker, which is a nice link to him, but I wouldn't buy this card for that link personally. Going back to Llorente is a better choice. Yeah, he's a bit more expensive, but Llorente is a much more rounded midfielder, and he's also better in game. Which then will take us to our next member on the list, which is Dembele here. We already know where he's going. He's going top tier. Many reasons for this. One, his price would reflect negatively on him, don't get me wrong, who's got a million coins to spend. But is he the best right winger as a gold card or special card? Take away icons at this moment. I think he is. 5-star, 5-star, very good meta. The only thing that lets him down is his stamina, so you'd have to boost his stamina as it's only on 73. But he's just going to cause you so many nightmares. Look at the boost he got compared to others. Yeah, he got less pace, but I would take the less pace to have 9+ shooting and 3-4 on physicals as well as passing. Like, the card overall is just phenomenal. If you have packed him untradeable, you've got yourself a right winger to the end of the game. His link's amazing. He can link to Fekir, he can link to Benzema, he can link to Mbappe if we're talking top tier. It's just so many options. We always are lacking in the right wing department, and he has ticked so many boxes. That's why his price is so high, and that is why he deserves a top tier in my opinion. Then we have Diaby. He's a good tier. The reason why he is not top tier is because this card is okay. It's just his 2-star weak foot lets him down. It's currently extinct at 140k, which I think is pretty crazy. But that is because of the Nkunku SBC that came out. I think once they update his price range, it will come down a little bit. Yeah, he is the best left winger in terms of Bundesliga. You have got Coman, who is similar for less. If you are looking for a French left mid or left winger, I'd probably go for Coman if you need a Bundesliga, just because of the price difference. I think the 2-star weak foot just lets him down heavily. He is left-footed, so you have got the option of shooting across and obviously crossing. But again, he's got the same sort of stamina as Dembele. Balance agility is amazing. You don't have to touch the pace at all, which is a really big green light in my opinion. But yeah, it's just one of those. Not overly excited about the card, but definitely not negative on the card. That is why he goes into good tier, which leaves us with Haaland. This is going to cause a bit of stir here, but I think Haaland is average tier at best. Haaland is one of those cards. Yes, he's got his own animation. Yes, he dominates in the air, but 3-star skill, 3-star weak foot is such a no in this FIFA. It's been a no in FIFA for very, very long now. In terms of pace boost, he got a +25, or in terms of boost in general, so he got a +25 on passing. But he did get 2 more on pace, which you're not going to notice. 4 more on shooting, you're not going to notice. Physical, you're not going to notice. And dribbling, you're not going to notice. So would you spend, his price is what right now, 20k to almost $1 million. Would you spend that extra 800, 900k just to get a better passing striker? No, I wouldn't recommend it in that. And that's why he's average. I do think Haaland is a good player in real life, and I think he's okay in the game. But once people know you're using him, he's easy to maintain. All you need to do is keep him on his right foot, and he is not scoring anywhere near as much as he should. Aerial threats, you're just going to have to rush the keeper out in certain situations and read them. But that, for me, is only average tier, and I just think because of his price alone, that's crazy. Which leads us on to Henry the Tank, old Onyeka, which I don't know how to feel about this. I put him in good tier, but that's because of his overall rounded stats. If you compare him to his normal card, as you can see, he's got a very good boost on defense. They just brought him out to basically make you not do the Kante SBC. In terms of links, yeah, they're not the greatest. His price is very good, I think. If you can get him to link to your Tony Team of the Week featured from, I think, week 1 it was, he's going to be a good choice for you. In terms of everything else, so I think looking at his statistics, great stamina, great balance, great agility, great starting and acceleration and sprint speed there. So, you know, he's a very good rounded card. Is he going to score for you? No, definitely not. I wish that his long pass was up a little bit more, but that's just being really critical. But for an 84 rated card, we have to remember it is 84 rated. It is a very good card. I think in terms of price, it'll probably drop down a bit more throughout the week, especially when we get a few more rule breaker cards coming out. There are rumours of a Gundogan coming in the future, which I think would be Monday, so it's something to definitely keep an eye on. But then that moves us on to our next member, which is Rudiger. Rudiger, for me, he's in between stay away and poor tier, and the reason being is he's 400k, and right now you can just go and buy yourself a Varane in the same league, better links. He's got 9 more pace. Yes, they did fix the differential between the acceleration. He has got very high acceleration, but for 400k, you can get yourself Van Dijk and Varane to link together for the same price as his card. I think the card is very good. Not against that. The balance is a bit of a red flag. Stamina is a bit of a red flag. But for the price, it's just the price is why he's there. Nothing to do with how he feels in game or anything like that. But just think of what you can buy for that price, which is why he's either in a stay away or poor tier. We are going to leave him in poor tier, which leaves us with our last one here, which is Rapart. We're going to put him in good tier, and the reason being is because of his price and links. A lot of people are hyping him up on Twitter and other socials at the minute. He's only 23k, and imagine if he drops a little bit more, it would be a buy. As you can see, he's just got really good boost on all of his stats. People are saying that you can play him as a centre mid. He is an 82 rated on a basic chem style, or no chem style at all even. He's just so rounded. Can you play him as CDM? Possibly. Would I do that? I'm not too sure. But the hype around this card when it goes out of packs is going to be like the other French centre mid from Monaco. I forgot his name now. I think it's like Tuchemene or something like that. I can't pronounce his name, so I apologise. But they're very similar. So once you need a rule breaker card again, I'd imagine his price is going to double. But he deserves to be in good tier, in my opinion. So we have Alexander, Trent, and Dembele in top tier, just to recap. Diaby, Onyeka, and Rapart in good tier. Haaland and Arnautovic in average tier, and in poor tier we have Casemiro, Coates, David Silva, and Rudiger. I'd even probably drop him and stay away Casemiro just because I just don't think it's worth it in any way, shape, or form. But that is going to be the video for today. So if you have any questions or you disagree with something that I've done, then comment down below. Always open for discussion. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscription button, turn on notifications bells so you don't miss a future video, and I'll catch you in the next one.
I'm coming with a vision that's cold. You can sit back, chill with a pen and take notes. I haven't got time for the tripping flow. I'ma take my aim with a pen and unload. Cut back spray, let my enemies know when I reach.